What's up YouTube, DJ Plays Games here, back again with another video. This time I have an unboxing and an installation video of the Corsair H60 water cooler. So without further ado, let's get this started. Alright, so I blacked out my name so you can't see my address. And you gotta love that Amazon Prime tape they use. It's really stiff. So, take out the packaging, all this fun bubble wrap that I cannot wait to pop later on. And we'll take out the actual cooler itself. So here is the Corsair H60 Hydro series water cooler for a CPU. So now, even more Christmas, let's take off the plastic. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. Now I feel like I should throw in there that I am by no means an experienced computer builder or technological expert or anything like that. This is actually my my first time putting a water cooler into a computer. So the installation that you're about to see after this is going to also be kind of like a beginner's installation from a beginner. Alright, so let's open up the box here. It opens up this way. Alright, inside we have warranty against defects, the manual, high performance CPU cooler, some packaging, and this cardboard box. But I'm gonna just leave everything in the box and take out the cooler itself. We have a fan, the Corsair fan. It's very bulky and sturdy compared to the other fans that are on my computer. What's this? Alright, we have the mounting bracket and this casing right here. Cool. With the back plate and the actual bracket for the cooler and the piece, what was I going to say? The piece that allows it, I believe, to be adapted to an AMD motherboard. So also inside we have all the screws that are necessary, I believe, to install just any kind of motherboard. Again, I'm putting this on an LGA 1151 socket, but it should be compatible to all of them that start with the 115, as that was Intel's intent when they were designing it. So let me close this box back up, and now we're gonna take the bag off the actual cooler itself. So here we have the cooler and the radiator. This cooler doesn't light up or anything, it's just kind of standard cooler, but that's okay. For $60 you can't go wrong. I feel like I should mention that. I did pay $60 for this on Amazon. So it is a very budget friendly cooler. So, and the reviews are all very high. So, and then we'll take out the fan. Alright, and with that I am going to read over the instruction manual on how to install this bad boy and put it into my computer case. So in the next clip you'll see my computer taken apart in front of the camera in the same area, and I'm going to put in the CPU cooler. Alright, so here I have everything that I need to install the Corsair H60 water cooler. The only tools that you'll need are a flathead screwdriver if you need to take out the stock CPU fan, and a Phillips head screwdriver. Those are the only extra tools. I'm going to apply my own thermal paste. This does come with thermal paste applied to it. However, I trust my own thermal paste first, or more. So I'm going to take the old thermal paste off the old off the CPU and off the old fan, and I'm going to take it off of this fan and I'm going to apply my own. So I have everything over here that I need. I don't know if you can really see it in the shot, probably just a little bit. I have the mounting hardware, I have the thumb screws, I have the fan screws, and I have the offset screws, I think that's what they're called, that screw into the motherboard and lift it so the fan is high enough, or not crushing the motherboard, the CPU chip. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off both sides of my case, the regular side with the window and the back plate, so that I can expose the motherboard, the back of the motherboard, and install the CPU cooler. And I'm also going to take off the fan, my exhaust fan, because I'm going to double this cooler as an exhaust fan. So, however, Corsair does recommend that you use this as an intake fan, as it will keep your computer cooler. My only option is to use it as an exhaust fan, so I'm going to use it as an exhaust fan, but it should not affect performance that much at all. Alright, you can see that I've taken off the stock CPU fan and my back exhaust fan. Also, a side note that you want to keep in mind that whenever you are working on your computer, make sure you have no static electricity built up in you. The best way to do that is to touch the power supply. You won't feel anything or anything like that, but that guarantees you won't destroy any of the equipment that you're working with because of an electric charge that's built up inside of them. You can also drain the power by turning off the power switch in the back and holding the power button on the front of the computer, or wherever your power button is. It may not be in the front, and that will drain the power, but then you still want to make sure that you're loosening up any charge. So in the next clip I am going to install the pump itself to the CPU, and then after that I'll be putting on the fan and closing up the case. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to expose the back plate. This is behind the motherboard. A lot of cases have this built in now, which is very good. You don't need to take the motherboard out in order to install the back plate. So here there's actually a film that I took off before I opened up the video. This will be on the back of your back plate. So peel that off, and then you can go ahead and mount it in like so. Now there's little sliders, which I probably should have showed you before I put the back plate on, that are right here, and you want them slid in all the way. That way there, that'll fit if you have an LGA 115X motherboard or CPU. And so once that's slid in all the way, it'll fit perfectly into here. You can go ahead and turn around the computer. And begin to mount the CPU pump. So what you want to do is install each one of these little screws, which is going to lift the CPU pump off of the motherboard so it's not directly on it. So you want to screw in each one of those to the back plate. So now what you want to do is you want to take off the plastic cover that's over the copper part of the H60. And since I'm going to be applying my own thermal paste, I'm going to go ahead and take a tissue and take the thermal paste off of this. There we go. So it'll leave a little bit of a residue. Just fill in the other room. Alright. So then you can go ahead and put the mounting bracket over the top of the cooler. I don't know if you can see it. So I can even get on. Alright, there we go. So it should fit like that. This is upside down, but it'll fit like that. So then take your thermal paste, if you're applying your own, and you want to apply no more than a pea-sized drop onto this processor. If I can get it. I think it's locked. It was locked. There's that. And you don't really want to put too much because it'll smudge everywhere. And then go ahead and mount. It's going to be tough with the camera here. Alright. Maybe to screw in the thumb screws in the diagonal pattern. And move the camera around if you want. Tighten them, put as much as you can with your hands, and then give them a little twist with the Phillips head screwdriver. That way to ensure they're making good contact with the CPU. Again, sticking with the diagonal pattern. It almost didn't do that. Now you can go ahead and begin the radiator mounting process, which I'm not sure if the camera is going to get a good angle of. We'll see. So get this cable out of here. The radiator is going to fit tight like so. Do is before I even put the fan on the radiator, I'm going to begin screwing it in. Let's move this out of my way. Just to have it secured in place. If I can line up those. There we go. Just for reference point, this is a Corsair SPEC-01 gaming case, so it appears as though this does fit in it. However, if you're like me and you can't screw in simple things, alright, I'm going to end this clip here, and I'm going to screw in the radiator, and then I'll show you how I put on the fan. Alright, so I lied, and you actually have to put the fan onto the radiator before you put the radiator on. So I just went through about a half an hour of struggling to put in the screws to realize that I put them in the wrong way. So now I'm going to attach the fan onto the radiator like so. And then screw it in. I'm not going to make you watch me do that though, because if it's anything as tedious as last time, it's not going to be good. Alright, so I ended up actually having to mount the fan and then the radiator. So the fan is going to pull air through the radiator. Hopefully it's strong enough, but that's the only way I could get it mounted into this case without having it being an intake fan. So now the last thing you want to do is plug in your connectors. They're 3-pin connectors, so plug in one to the CPU fan or pump, and then plug in your other 4-pin connector where the CPU fan, where the regular fan goes. But let's see, that might be tough. Blind here. Blind, and I think I got it. Good. Alright, so I'll hide the wires, and then in the next clip we'll start it up and make sure it works. Alright, so it's now the moment of truth. What I'm going to do though, is I'm going to put a paper towel in here to make sure if it leaks when I turn it on, because that's what we don't want, to destroy every single thing inside my computer. So with that, it might not post, or it will post, but it won't actually start up the computer because I don't have anything else plugged into it other than the power. So here's the moment of truth. Working. No leaks. I don't see any drippage. It looks pretty good. Alright, well thanks for watching this video. I hope that you learned something from it and maybe be able to install your own water cooler if you get a simple one like this, or if you have a top mounted one. Or if you have the Corsair SPEC-01 and you're looking for what water cooler fits inside of it, which is what I was doing when I decided to just give it a shot and go with this one. So thanks for watching, subscribe, and if you like what you saw, thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down, it's okay. And I'll see you in the next video.